Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to continue with my talk on communism and its roots. They've been in Canada for a very long time. Um, this man really got it going, but it was going before him. A man named Lester Pearson actually started it all off. And now we have a Prime Minister of Canada, this man, Justin Trudeau. This man has 6 names. His name is Joseph Philippe Pierre Yves Elliott Trudeau. Now, the royal family of England, they have 6 names. Prince Charles has 6 names. Prince William has 6 names. Prince Henry has 6 names. Joseph Trudeau's got 6 names. Joseph Trudeau has a son named Justin Trudeau, who is now the Prime Minister of Canada. Now, we had a little problem with a Chinese woman who was actually a spy. She works for the Chinese Communist Party. She got arrested, and she ended up with house arrest in a mansion in Canada, and this man made sure that all of her expenses were paid by the people, and she lived there for about 2 years. She actually got out once in a while, but the Chinese government decided it's going to incarcerate 2 Canadians, and their first names were Michael, so we called them the 2 Michaels. This man, at the beginning, telephoned this man, but this man stabbed this man in the back when he left the Montreal conference. He's on his plane going home. He thought everything was fine. And then this man started to say some very bad things about this man. But then this man has the gall to contact this man, although he did not speak to him personally, and made a request from the U.S. government to help get the 2 Michaels out of China, since this man was very effective in getting people out of North Korea. Very, very effective. And probably even China as well, and other places in the world. He's a good negotiator. This man does not negotiate. Daddy doesn't negotiate either. He was called the gunslinger. It was government by gunpoint. He's from Quebec. This man is also from Quebec. This man is not from Quebec. Just to give you an indication of how nasty things are here, this man, Joseph Trudeau, wrote a new constitution for Canada. Everybody had to sign, every premier. This man was the premier of Quebec. His name is René Lévesque. He didn't like the constitution. He had reservations about it. So he walked out in the middle of the night, got on a plane and flew back to Quebec City. As soon as he was out of town, this man signed it for him. Just like this man stabs Trump in the back, this man stabbed this man in the back. This is René Lévesque. René Lévesque very publicly said Quebec was stabbed in the back in the middle of the night. Usually the people of Quebec like to blame the English on all their problems. But this guy is the one to blame. And then this guy eventually sent the Canadian military into Quebec. And they did house searches. It was wild. This man is actually a hero to Canada. This man is a hero to the United States. This is Nurgle. I keep talking about Nurgle, but Nurgle's a very powerful demon, and he lives at the base of this monument. He does. This is the second inauguration of Barack Obama, who is now in the news again when he was talking about a young 14-year-old girl being raped in a washroom. And he said she's delusional or some goddamn thing, even though there's witnesses up to the rape, but Barack Obama wants to sweep it under the carpet. I think there's a big problem here. I'd like to know the details of who raped who. Was it a white girl that got raped by, another person? We don't know, do we? We don't know. This is another Prime Minister from Quebec. He was Prime Minister of Canada, and he created a thing called the North American Free Trade Agreement. And that froze everyone's wages in Canada, United States, and Mexico from 1984 until this day. Fabulous, isn't it? Fabulous. I want to... this woman's name is Beverly Ann McLaughlin. She used to be the top judge in Canada in the Supreme Court. She was nominated first by Brian Mulroney, offered her the job by telephone. She has a, I believe, 2-year law degree. She has 2 degrees in philosophy. Anyway, this is something strange that happens in Canada. She said, this woman keeps saying she became the judge because she's a woman. She says it over and over. So I have a feeling that this is true, but I don't know if it's the right competent person to have in that job. There were 9 judges on the jury, on the board, and if the judges couldn't all agree, she would take whatever 2 are fighting, put them in a room together, and says, you don't come out until you have the same opinion. I thought that was pretty interesting. You can't have an opinion in Canada, my opinion. So anyway, I want to talk to you about this. I'm going to make this one short tonight. It has to be because I ran over last time. This man is a communist. He has famously met Mao Zedong, who he adored, and Fidel Castro, who he also adored, and Raul Castro. All of the great communists of the world, he was a big fan of them. And when democracies were failing to communism in Central and South America, he was always there to party it up when the democracy governments fell. Interesting. This man liked to canoodle with women in Hollywood. Hollywood is the hotbed of communism in the United States, and it still is. There's a great movie called Hail Caesar, which describes it very well. But this man, he liked to date the women from Hollywood. This is Leona Boyd, Barbara Streisand, Margot Kidder, Kim Cattrall. With our new Constitution, we had an end of justice. This man used to describe Canada after his new Constitution as the just society. I've been in court many times. I have a very long letter from this woman. They heard my case. In the end, just basically, all she said in the end was, Canada Post may open anyone's mail, because my email is still being open. Canada Post is one of the world's largest spy agencies. She said it's okay. Who made the allegation? The allegation was made by a man who works for Human Resources Development Canada at Amherst, Nova Scotia. His name is Fred Hamilton. It took me a long time to get that name. But he's a very nasty man who was in charge of a thing called the Self-Employment Assistance Program. I was a part of that. All of the money that was coming from Ottawa, it all disappeared, and he made sure it disappeared. He cannot be charged. I've gone through it with the police. I've gone through it with the Privacy Commissioner. Privacy Commissioner wrote me a letter and said, the contract that they have says that they do not have to account for any of the money, not 1 cent. That still goes on to this day. But in Canada, we no longer have law. And I talked to a woman through the Law Society, and I recorded her call. She said, Mr. Wheaton, I am disappointed to tell you that there is no law in Canada, none at all. So this is on courthouses in the United States. You will never see this in Canada. They will not breathe a word of it. Nor does it say justice for all on any courthouse anywhere in Canada. This man made his own courthouse called the Federal Court of Canada. It never existed before, but its only job is to protect the government, him, from the people. That's Napoleonic Code. Napoleonic Code exists in his province, Quebec. They don't have English common law there. This is Brian Mulroney, also Napoleonic Code. These guys are lawyers, all trained under Napoleonic Code. This man is not a lawyer, but he knows what Napoleonic Code is. This man raped one of his students in school. The police would not bring a charge. She brought the charge. She brought the allegation. Her family got involved. The police would not charge him. But the school fired him, and he's the only teacher to ever be fired from that school. I got to cut it off now. I'm sorry. Thanks for listening. Bye.